Hey, it's great to have you here for this episode. Today, we're diving into something that I think a lot of people experience but don't always talk about. That vague feeling of unease on the way to work. You know, when the job itself seems fine, but something just feels off.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like this subtle discomfort that's hard to put your finger on. And often, it's not about the tasks or the pay, but more about whether your style really fits with the organization's culture.
Exactly. And that's what we're unpacking today. How to assess if your personal style aligns with your workplace culture. We're looking at a 15-point framework that breaks down cultural fit into specific dimensions, so you can actually score your compatibility.
Right, and it's important to say up front that culture fit isn't just about perks or the vibe you get in the break room. It's deeper values, communication styles, decision-making approaches, how change is handled, and more.
So, let's start with how this framework works. It compares 15 pairs of contrasting cultural or work style dimensions. For each pair, you score 1 point if your style matches the organization's culture, 0 if it doesn't.
And then you add those up. Scores from 0 to 5 mean low compatibility, which usually signals a cultural mismatch and could explain that unease we talked about. 6 to 10 is moderate compatibility, some alignment but also friction points. And 11 to 15 means high compatibility. You're likely to thrive.
Makes sense. Now, these 15 points are grouped into 4 main areas. First up, values and goals. This is where the foundation of culture really shows.
Yeah, like the difference between equality and equity. Equality means treating everyone the same. But equity is about adjusting support based on individual needs to achieve fairness. So an organization focused on equality might give everyone the same resources, while an equity-focused one might allocate more to those who need it to level the playing field.
That distinction is subtle, but crucial. And then there's growth, whether the culture values learning or knowing. Some places encourage continuous learning and experimentation, while others respect mastery and established expertise.
I think that's a big one. A learning culture might say, it's okay to make mistakes as long as you grow, whereas a knowing culture might expect you to already have the answers.
Then there's the value placed on team versus individual success. Some organizations reward collaboration and collective achievements, others emphasize individual performance.
And that ties into goals, whether the culture prioritizes work or family. Some workplaces expect long hours and high availability, while others support flexible schedules and personal time.
That's a good point. It's not just about work style, but also about life balance. Now moving on to communication and power, this is where styles can really clash.
Definitely. Take negotiation styles. Some cultures favor discussion aimed at consensus, while others encourage debate where winning the argument matters.
Yeah, and that can be tricky. In a discussion culture, people might avoid conflict to keep harmony, but in a debate culture, challenge and persuasion are valued.
Then there's communication style, direct versus indirect. Direct communication is straightforward, like saying, I disagree. Indirect communication relies on nuance and hints, maybe saying something like, I wonder if there's another way to look at this.
That can cause misunderstandings if you're not aware of the style. And power structures, vertical versus horizontal, also shape how comfortable people feel speaking up. Vertical means clear hierarchies and top-down decisions. Horizontal emphasizes shared authority.
So if you're used to a horizontal culture but join a vertical one, you might feel stifled or hesitant to contribute.
Exactly. Now the third group is about change and interaction. Cultures differ in how they handle risk and relationships.
Right, some are risk-averse, preferring stability and avoiding change, while others are risk-prone and encourage innovation and experimentation.
And interaction style, task versus relationship, is about whether the focus is on getting the job done or on building social bonds.
I've seen task-oriented cultures where efficiency is king, and relationship-oriented ones where harmony and connection are prioritized.
Then there's style, substance, evolution, or revolution. Substance means focusing on core content and quality. Evolution is about gradual improvement. Revolution is radical change.
That's an interesting three-way contrast. It really helps predict how a culture handles innovation, whether they prefer steady progress or big leaps.
Finally, we have task execution and thinking. This includes achievement focus, thinking style, and decision making.
Achievement can be strategy versus tactics, long-term vision versus short-term actions.
And thinking can be analysis versus action. Some cultures prioritize data and reflection. Others value quick decisions and implementation.
Decisions can be calculated or fluid, whether processes are fixed and rigid or adaptable and responsive.
And time orientation fits here too. Fixed schedules versus fluid timing.
So when you put all these together, you get a pretty comprehensive picture of cultural fit.
Yeah, and the scoring system helps quantify it, but it's not a rigid test, more a diagnostic tool to identify alignment or gaps.
Which is useful both for individuals and organizations. For people, understanding your style helps guide job choices and how to navigate challenges.
And for organizations, it can improve hiring, onboarding, and culture development, reducing turnover by ensuring better fit.
Plus, culture fit isn't static. Organizations evolve, people grow, so being aware of these dimensions helps manage change proactively.
So to wrap up, this framework goes beyond surface perks or job descriptions. It offers a structured way to understand why you might feel comfortable or uneasy at work.
And it invites you to reflect on your own experiences, maybe even mentally score your fit with your current organization.
That's a great exercise. It can lead to better engagement, satisfaction, and performance when you know where you align and where you don't.
Absolutely. It's about finding that deeper compatibility that makes work feel right, not just tolerable.
Well, thanks for exploring this with me. I hope listeners find it insightful and practical.
Yeah, it's been a good conversation. Hopefully, it helps people make sense of that vague unease and find better fit in their work lives.
Until next time.
Take care.